Roll us in, sir. Lead the way.
What episode is this though?
27.
27. Episode 27. 27. You know better feeling and loving than me. 27. 27.
And it's N.E.O, your favorite podcast, hopefully, for movie reviews and discussion topics and reactions and all that other great stuff. It's your host, NeekCinco, and your boy, Mo to the Blizzak.
Episode 27, y'all. If y'all didn't get that already, we are here to review the 2025 movie Weapons by Zach Cregger or Krieger. Whatever y'all want to choose.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. If he wants to comment on the YouTube video, he can tell us how to pronounce it.
My man Zach, you know what I mean? Dropped the Weapons on us. It's featuring some cool people. Got my man Benedict Wong in it. I like Benedict Wong.
My boy skipped the main characters, man. We got Julia Garner and Josh Brolin.
Oh yeah. Shout out to you, bro. My man Josh Brolin. That's my guy.
All right, so let me get right into it. Did you notice all the MCU faces? Can you call them out for me?
Wong, one, and Josh, and that's all I know. I ain't gonna front. That's all I saw.
So obviously Josh Brolin is your Thanos, aka your Cable from the X-Men movies. Wong is obviously, oddly enough, Wong from Doctor Strange and all the other stuff. Yes.
Yep.
Julia Garner, Justine, is your Silver Surfer.
Oh, there you go, boo. Okay.
Paul
Who else?
is Zeke Stane.
Paul? Who the fuck is Paul?
The cop.
Oh, Paul.
That's Zeke Stane.
Oh, shoot. You know what? Now that I'm looking at him in this picture right here, my face, I'm like, oh, he definitely looked very familiar. He didn't look like that in the movie. He looked very disheveled in the movie.
Yeah, because they gave him like a beard and all that stuff.
Yeah, wow. There you go, my man. That's crazy. Cool. Have we got more people?
Yeah, because like I didn't catch it at first. Like I'm watching the movie and I'm like, I know that face. Who are you? And then I happened to look up the cast because I had caught all the other people. I was like, those guys were easy to catch for me. But then I was like, I gotta see who this is. And as soon as I pulled up the cast, I was like, oh, that's the dude who plays Zeke Stane, ain't it?
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so let me open up with saying this other than that. So I seen that Zach Cregger, however you pronounce his name. Sorry that I'm not getting it right if I'm getting it wrong. He actually started writing this movie because of a loss of a friend that he had. And this was like his way of dealing with like the depression and the feelings of loss and all that stuff, was him writing this story. And I'd also seen that this story had a lot of underlying tones of like a message about like gun violence in schools and stuff like that. Like that's why the kids disappear and all that kind of stuff, and the references to weapons and all that stuff. So it was very interesting to find that out, because you can like once you see that, you can kind of make those connections in your head where he was like trying to sneak those little things in without being like in your face that this is what it is.
Like the big AK-47 in the sky.
Yeah, and like all the parents dealing with loss in their own separate ways at the beginning of the movie. Justine dealing with it in her own ways and stuff like that. Even down to Alex having to deal with it, the child having to deal with that from in his own ways.
Yeah, he was dealing with the loss of his parents. He was dealing with the loss of his kids. He was dealing with the
bullying.
Bullying, the bully from the kids. He was dealing with having to keep this horrible secret from everybody.
Which ironically, his bully is Archer's kid.
That's his boy?
Yeah, that was Archer's kid, the one that is bullying him.
Oh, that's the bully. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You notice that his yeah, that it was interesting. I like the breakdown for the characters. Pretty cool. Justin, we had Justin, then I believe it was Arthur, then I believe it
Archer,
was
like a bow and arrow dude.
Archer, my bad. It was Archer, then I believe it was Paul, and then we had the other guy, the skater guy. What was his
Oh,
name?
the bum, James.
James, and then it was Alex, and we're in that
Well, we
order.
also had
And it was
Mark. We also had Mark Miller, the principal. Wong.
oh right, yeah, Mark. Oh yeah, Wong. Yeah. Mark was actually in between what you call it, I forgot the order he came in, but it was cool how they displayed it, starting off with Justine all the way into Alex. Like
Mm-hmm.
in the order they did it, it was there, and it was the breakdown was cool. You got to see Justine's side, where how she was attacked, being the teacher in the classroom. You know what I mean? She was attacked by the town, and then she also had her own battles that she was dealing with, like the alcoholism and stuff like that. That was her way to cope, and and then what was crazy? The whole story about Paul's
Paul
story was
was a
interesting.
recovering alcoholic too. And you know you can obviously tell they have a past together. And she's one who's not dealing with her alcoholism, and he was one trying to deal with his alcoholism until she gallivanted back in his life. You know.
And then, but you know what? He was also I was as this story was going, because he kept getting stabbed by like needles
By
and shit.
needles, like literally just getting fucking fiend needles in his
I'm
body.
like, yo, this man got stabbed by it was literally four in his face and then one on his hand. I think
Well, he was
it was
like
crazy.
his character with those needles was kind of like foreshadowing. Because if you think about it, it was the same thing. He gets pricked by it, and that's what Gladys does is prick herself. He gets stabbed in the face, and what does Gladys make Alex's parents do? Stab themselves in the face. So he was kind of like the foreshadower of things to come in a sense.
Yeah. That's why I stopped at, because I just thought his uh role in this whole thing was interesting, because it ultimately just led up to him being in the same exact house as the kids, because he was dealing with the alcoholism and his anger. You know what I mean? And his anger led him to chasing down. I keep forgetting the skater's name. Sorry, what's his name
James.
again? Yeah, his anger led him to chase down James. You know what I'm saying? And
What did
he
I
started
tell
getting hurt
you?
again. That's just crazy.
He started snapping.
That's
As soon as he
just-
seen that motherfucker, he started snapping, bro. Hopped in that car so fast. He unplugged that camera, bro. See, but see, James is also not as like he's trying to recover, but he's still not a saint. Like there's two times in the movie where he unplugs his camera, his dash cam, when he was
Right. Oh, no,
first
that's
about to
Paul.
be.
That's Paul.
Well, Paul, yeah, I said James. But there's two times where Paul unplugs his dash cam camera. One after he punched the dude in the face when he got pricked with the needle, which I don't know what that does there, because like you're already on camera, buddy. But the second time was when he went to go chase him. He got in that car and immediately unplugged that shit, bro. Like was not playing around that second time around. So, but
You know what? The first time was kind of crazy, because what was also on camera was him getting pricked. So it was like,
yeah, I was like,
you
you
already
probably
got
kind of got away with that because you were lied to and all that, and that was like kind of a serious thing to get pricked with some fucking needle. Like that's kind of
right.
serious. I think we
And
can
he even
forget
had
that.
to answer like, yo, do you have AIDS? Because yo, no lie,
It was when he
I
got
ain't no
stabbed in the
front.
face. I was like, yo, that's a smart question, my man. I'm not gonna lie.
I sort of, besides the main story, I had that thought in my head, because I was like, oh wow, because remember, Justine got confronted by Paul's wife, right, in the store when she poured the liquor on her and kind of beat up a little bit, right, and then she asked her, "Did you have sex?" Now Justine said no, but then we know from the memories of Paul that they did have sex. So when they had sex, right, when I seen that, and then Paul got pricked by the needle, in my head, I was like, oh shit. I was like, he probably passed on something to her. Like, I don't know. I was just like, he probably got, and then when it happened again, and he asked him, like, yo, do you have AIDS? For some reason, I thought that was going to be a thing. Like, I was like, are they going to, like, go somewhere with that? Like, are they trying to go somewhere with that? But it was nothing, though. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, because I think the pricking, the original pricking happens after his wife is already back, so she's already like mad at him by the time he gets pricked the first time. I think. I'm trying to piece it
Right.
together in my head because that was the most interesting part of the multiple point of views is that they didn't start off at the same exact point. They started off where it was necessary to start off. So like Alex kind of is like the furthest back we go because he's been dealing with it the longest out of anybody, realistically.
Oh, yep. Yep.
So
Yep. Yep. I noticed.
yeah, I like
Noticed
that
that too.
perspective that they popped up at different places. There's a lot of moments that I question things, but it wasn't that major because it's a horror movie, and I know like nonsensical things happen in horror movies all the time. I enjoyed this film because there was a good amount of moments that just make you like go, "What the fuck?" but you're laughing at the same time, like, like what's going on right there?
You know what was crazy? It was like the dreams they was having. I'm like, are they like like Archer? He had the dream about his son and everything, and he was like, "Where are you?" and all that other stuff. I kept thinking, I'm like, all right, is he gonna is he gonna find like some type of clues there or something like that? But it was like no clues. He was just having like bad like nightmares or something like that.
Yeah, because I
And then
kind of
even with
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say even with what you call it, James seeing that clown figure in like
Oh, that was Gladys.
his that was Gladys.
Yeah, that was
That was
Gladys.
actually
Yeah, that was actually
oh
Gladys.
she
Because
was coming for him.
yeah,
He
because
knew.
remember she can. So I don't know if you connected the dots, but I don't think Gladys is an actual like human being per se, or at least not a regular human being per se. Because she kind of was on the money for a lot. Like she kind of knew when things were going on. She was always warning people. Like think about it, she knew where Mark Miller lived. Like what the fuck? Like how did she find out where he lived and stuff like that? Um, and even like when she was threatening Alex that she would know if he told anybody and stuff like that, like she almost had ears everywhere and shit like that. So I don't really know exactly how she works because they never really explain if she has like supernatural powers or is she just based off the tree that little tree thing she has. Is it all based off of that? So that's unclear. But when he sees her in the woods is after he breaks into the house and the parents chase him out. And you kind of got to remember, she kind of like sees whatever they see or knows whatever they're up to because they don't move unless she tells them to move.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So when they started
That's true.
chasing him out the house, she obviously knows he was in there. And she basically just popped up on him. And that's why
I
he
mean, yeah,
freaked the fuck out.
I'm pretty sure because when he was in the house too, I'm pretty sure she was commanding them because to remember first they was in that catatonic state where they weren't moving, and then they started moving. Like once
Bruh.
he passed, I think it was that then we didn't see it, but I think it was the salt he passed in the basement that made them like start moving again.
Oh, see, I didn't
Like
even
you know what I
notice the
mean?
salt in that scene. I didn't
See,
even
no,
notice
no, I
that.
didn't either. No, no, no. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they show it, but I think that's what it was. Because remember in the next scene remember in Alex's story, that's why they were kind of reacting in the house every time someone would pass the salt. So I think in the basement he passed some type, he must have tripped some type of, wire or something. You know what I'm trying to say, and
Mm-hmm.
they reacted with that. But
Yeah.
overall, though, I sort of like that's so that's the same reason why I enjoyed the movie. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the movie for the same reason and everything. I think for a horror movie, it was good in the sense where it had like that thrilling effect. It did have that thrilling effect. Of course, these horror movies nowadays are not scary.
Yeah, I was about to say it wasn't
We're
really
not
scary. It was more like just a
yeah.
suspenseful on your like what's next
Right.
type shit
Exactly. Yeah,
with a little
it
bit of
had that good.
creepiness.
It kept you on there, like where you like, okay, what is gonna happen next? And then you like, what? And then for a moment there, honestly, after Archer's story, I believe it was Paul and James, you start to think like, what does this have to do with the main story? Like honestly, like especially I guess when it gets to Paul, it kind of throws you off a little bit, but then it ties in with James because James is the one that leads them to the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, but until you get to James, you're like, what does this have to do with the story and everything? So it keeps you there, it draws you in. It wasn't a bad story or anything. Like I said, it's not wow scary, but it's Zach did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He definitely represented the different forms of grief in there. Like definitely, all the way up into the end.
So is Archer the one who painted witch on her truck? Right?
think so.
They never really show or
Because
give you an answer to that, but he's the one that had the red paint, right?
oh shit, that's true. That's true. But remember though, he got a call though that had him. Remember, because he did follow her after when they show him thing, when they show his view, he did follow her. He pulled up to the crib, but I feel like he got a call and then he had to go somewhere. Unless they just sort of like that was they
Unless
in
Gladys was
between the
putting in hella
original,
work. Unless Gladys was putting in hella work and she got out there and did that herself.
like
Because I'm
unless
like,
the
how
which
she
part
ain't
was
see this? Because she peeked out the
well,
window,
that's
she opened
true.
the door. I'm like, how did she not see none of this like going on?
You're like a perfect detective to me because you really put that red paint shit together. Like I didn't even notice that. Like he was kind of tripping out. Like because whatever, like including
Everybody was
whatever
kind
the
of
red
tripping out, but I
paint.
think that was just the stress of what was going on. Like, because think about that's like a common thing when you're like overly stressed, you are not in your right mind, and I think that was part of it. Because I was gonna question if you thought that Gladys was in control of that since she was popping up in a lot of those visions for people. Like, because I think the only ones we see getting visions are Justine and Archer, but she pops up in those visions before they even see her. And I was like, I just watched the movie again just to make sure I didn't miss nothing. I was looking for her in the background in the beginning of the movie, and I didn't notice her in the beginning of the movie anywhere. So I was wondering that because I think it was more so her stress, the stress of the characters in the situation, mixed with whatever supernatural power she had.
That's why. Well, that's why I was kind of questioning Archer's thing when he was seeing his son, because at the end of him seeing his son, he seen like an ugly Gladys. And
Yeah,
I'm like, you seen her before even seeing her. So it was like, what is this like? I'm like, what is this telling us? Like, is this like, like you said, is she doing this? Is this something that she's doing to the whole town or to the people that's affected? Or like we're like, what is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really explain what she is. It doesn't online it only says that, she's using like mysterious
power.
like voodoos and like, weapon or some shit, like some type of stick thing. It doesn't really give like a to what she is, but she's just using some mysterious shit.
Yeah,
Gladys
and
is
like did you notice her like visibly de-aging or anything like that? Because I was like wondering like how does this really work? Is she de-aging? Is she like getting more youthful? Or is she just like
only for the first
expanding
time.
how long she can live by doing whatever she is? Because basically what she was doing was stealing life force from people.
Right. But only from the first time when Alex saw her in the bedroom. I think that was the only time when she was in that vulnerable state.
But me, I'm
Vulnerable
wondering
state.
was she like just not makeuped up and shit like that without her wig and stuff like that? Like did she just gain some strength and go put her makeup on or something like that? Because
Look like I ain't gonna front though, but if you look like from what I remember, her arms and like her skin besides her face, it looked like they had like big ass sores and like it looked like she was like almost withering away, like in that bed or something like that, as the camera pans slowly. So I think, and then the very next scene when Alex went back downstairs, oh man, I got something else to say about that too. The very next scene when Alex went downstairs, she was the swords were going and she was up more, and then the face of the parents were sunken. But what I really liked about what I want to say is what I really about noticed about Alex, his memory of the whole thing, his thing starts further back, and the further back it is, the lighter it is. His house is bright, the streets are bright and everything. And then when the aunt arrived the next morning, the house gets a little darker. And then when he goes to school, and then the next day it's a little dark until it's like until it's just dark. And I was like, I thought that was pretty cool because that just shows like how it's affecting
how it's
him, how
progressing and stuff like that. Yeah.
his perspective of like the world all of a sudden, because his house was bright, dad, come to pick him up from school, blah blah blah. As soon as that first day when he didn't pick him up from school, the house got a little dimmer. You know what I mean? And then when he found out what's going on, it goes dark. So and that's sort of like real life. You know what I mean? Like how sort of it shows you how things like that affect children. Like you know what I mean? Like you come pick up your child and his day is bright. Her day is bright. You know what I mean? But you miss a day. That day just a
You,
little bit dimmer.
you know
But
what's one of
dimmer.
the main reasons why I question if she's actually human is because she had very little like common sense to like common human things like picking up your child from school. Like, because think about it, that's why he started not getting a ride home from school. It's because his parents were drained and sitting in the house in that catatonic state that you said. So they were not getting up to go get him from school. That's why Justine had to bring him home that one day. Then in that other scene, he walked home because they're just sitting there getting their life force drained away. And she is not, and Gladys is giving zero fucks about going and getting him. Even when she went and started talking to the principal, when she actually went to the school and talked to the principal, she's just messing up the conversation, bro. Like without a care in the world. Oh, the parents are sick, da 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 da. And then she said, oh no, they're fine, blah blah blah. And then she said, don't forget. And then when she popped up at his house, oh, they're sick again. Like she had no give a fucks about talk. And speaking about when she pops up at Mark Miller's house, she gives this whole fucking story. She's like, yeah, the car broke down and I had to get out and I had to walk all the way across town to get him. I'm like, so you walked all the way across town to Marcus Miller's house instead of just walking to your own fucking house?
Yo, yeah, that's what I didn't get either.
I'm like Marcus Miller, you're a whole fucking school principal and you're not questioning any of this shit? He started questioning shit when she got in the house when his boyfriend or husband, whatever, let her in. But I'm like, you're a little late to start questioning her now that she's getting invited in your house, bro. Like, so
yeah. Real quick, when he beat his head in with his head.
That was a wild scene. But I will say the creepiest scene of the movie is when Justine falls asleep outside of Alex's house and the mom comes out with the scissors.
Oh yeah,
that was the creepiest scene of the whole fucking movie. I was like, what's about to happen? I was like, does Justine even see the end of this movie?
Yeah, like we stated, it's not scary, but that one right there had me like on the edge, like
just walking out there.
She turned around, then when the car door opened, I'm like, is she gonna kill this bitch?
I thought it was a knife at first, and then when I heard when she opened the scissors, I'm like, oh, she's about to cut her hair off. And I was questioning things like that because I noticed that she needed the hair, like she needed an object from the person so she was able to tell her weapons to attack certain people, to trigger certain people. But she was also, I don't know, I feel like she could have just won this battle a lot sooner and she just was being sloppy. Gladys. Fuck Gladys though. So good that you were being sloppy.
I mean, what had got me was I think when she wanted something from the home personally, and he was looking at all the items, but then he opted for the name tag.
Well, that was smart as fuck of him. Honestly.
It was smart, but I honestly thought it wasn't gonna work because I was like, they probably made those name tags at school. It was like she wanted something from the house.
No, she just wanted a belonging. All she needs is a belonging. That's why she grabbed the ribbons from the school from Marcus Miller. Remember, he was like, "Oh, my ribbons." She just needs something that belongs to them.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, her power of manipulation is just pretty cool. I mean, it's creepy as fuck, but it's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's why they have all these fucking MCU characters in there to trying to beat this villain and shit.
How about when my boy really turned into Thanos and was just tossing James around in the house, bro? He was just tossing that motherfucker around. He was reenacting the final fight scene from Infinity War all over again, bro.
He was dead ass giving him the wrestling swing, like how they toss him with one hand.
Hip tossing that motherfucker, bro.
Oh shit!
And just like a lick, that boy had mad energy, bro. He was just getting up like, I'm back, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, best scene, best fucking scene. And I said, and honestly, this is one thing I said that the movie could have used more of. When the goddamn kids was running after Gladys. Oh my god! I wish.
I'm so happy the movie ended that way with a good laugh. I'm so happy it ended with a good laugh that ends in a ugh.
That was the best thing, bro. Like, yo, that was the best thing. And it was funny. It looked dope. It was like that shit was just funny. Like
just running through everybody's house and shit like that.
No, like I kept thinking like you niggas is like moving like antelopes or some shit like that. Like whatever the fuck this said, just run like.
Nah, the one girl that caught her. was on the money, bro. Like, she tried to juke that little girl to run left and then run through. She just jumped right through the window. Like, bitch, I know the game. I know the play, bro. Like, what? You can't fool me.
And then that last play, she let her go to the left. She hit the window.
That's what
on
I'm
the right.
saying. That's what I'm saying. She didn't even try to follow her. She was like, I know the play, bro. I know what you about to do. Like, what the fuck?
I was thinking, I was like, what they gonna do to her? Because I was like, all the other time they be trying to choke, like all the other people was trying to choke them, kill them in any way. But
Well,
these kids really fell apart.
I think what it does is like the person who like summons them is in control of what they do in some extent. So I think he just was like kill that motherfucker. Because as you see, like the spell wasn't released until he was dead. Like his parents were still after him. She got a hold of Archer, and Archer was still strangling out Justine until Gladys died. But that implies that Alex still has some level of power because we don't know what happened with this tree. We don't know if that got disposed of or not. So if Alex still has his tree, he still has some level of power, and this entity technically lives on in a way. So if he's, remember, he's a bully child. This is probably not the best person to hold this. Like, so.
It's a role for Thanos, son.
Which also makes me question the ending of the movie. So like I have my theory that so if you're older, it takes more effect on you because you have less of a lifespan to be giving away because you're older. Like the kids, how they say at the end of the movie, some of them started speaking again. And it could either be because they had so much life force left that they're not as heavily affected where they can recover from it. Or Alex is still in control and the kid that he don't fuck with just can't talk no more. Like Archer's son. Archer's son looked like he was just still in vegetable state when he picked him up, was like walking away with him. He had like no life to them eyes, bro. And he was just staring, just getting carried away like.
Yeah, I mean, he said some of them even started talking.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm wondering if it was because they had so much life force and they recovered, or did Alex free them? Because he's like, you know what, like Janice doesn't bother me at school, so she can talk again. Like Archer's son, he bullies me, so fuck him. He ain't getting shit back.
Nah, I see what you mean. I think you know what though, but
like his parents don't come back. Remember, they said his parents don't like come back. He's like, they're still being fed soup, just not by Alex anymore. They're in a home. Yeah, they're in a home now. Like shit. So
I think that's just the effect of getting your life force drained. Like in the way, I don't know how she was doing it because they never showed her actually do it, but whatever, the way she was doing it, I think it was sort of just zapped them. Like
I think just having them under her control was like siphoning like life force from them to her. Just having them under her control.
Because I don't even think like she was really like, but I think like really like taking it from them. But I think whatever she took wasn't coming back. Like, you know what I mean? Like even after she died, I don't think it came back.
It's kind of hard to explain because they don't really explain what the power is. But I think like if you really have to look at it, like these people are in a brain dead state. The people who do not recover, like Alex's parents. They're just brain dead. They're vegetable states, needing to be fed, hooked up to tubes. So they're in that state of mind. So I do feel like these people are, like a lot of these people, even the children, are technically dead. It's just their body's not decomposed. So yeah, and I think their body would just age like a regular body, but like their inner soul is like dead, not there anymore. Or not free, at least, to do what it wants. So, because that's kind of what it was like. Because Alex's parents, like, I'll say this, there was a level of consciousness in those people who were taken over by Gladys. Like, you see they can speak and stuff like that, but I don't know how much is controlled by that, by Gladys. Like, remember, because even the mom spoke to Alex.
They were speaking very slow, yeah, because the dad and the mom did speak to Alex when it first happened. No one else spoke though. Like Marcus didn't speak.
He just like yelled, yeah, right, or some shit like that. Maybe he yelled, I think, or growled or some shit. But yeah,
yeah, we're just yelling like shit. Like
that motherfucker Paul came out the house and said,
yeah, like on some weird shit. I would have called mad cops. I don't know why they went there by themselves, but I would have called mad cops. Like y'all need to get your boy.
Paul down here tripping. I don't even know why
Right
he
here.
had this house in the first place at fucking 3 in the morning, but here.
Yo, nah, it was crazy when he left James in there for mad hours. That shit was funny.
In the house, oh, in the car, right? Yeah, but like, think about it, he was a fucking zombie at
And
that
I knew
point.
what was gonna happen. Like when I see him going there, I was like, "He's not coming right back out." And then the next scene was the dark. I was down here. I was laughing. I was like,
Nah, yo, but you want to know one of the things that I caught right away? Like, I instantly knew Alex had something to do with this. I just didn't know what his role was, but I was like, come on, guys, the only kid that's in school, that's in this classroom that showed up, he definitely knows something is involved in some way. I was ready to be like, oh, he's the thing, but like it wasn't him at the end of the day. It was Gladys, and it's funny because you go back to that scene where like he stopped him in the middle of the road where Justine was like, hey, I just wanted to say hi, and he's like, don't follow me. Like at first you're like looking at it like he's just being like a weird ass kid real quick. Or he's scared of her with the going on, like for whatever his parents might be putting in his ear. But realistically, he was protecting her
"Oh yeah, yeah, oh of course, yep, oh yeah, we know, yeah, yeah,
because he
yep,
knew what
yep,
was going on in his fucking house. Like,
yeah, yeah." He already knew, like, "Nigga, bitch, don't come here."
stay away.
like, yeah, I can only imagine, like, you know what I'm saying, but I can only imagine his emotions and his, you know, the trauma he went through. But I really want to ask, Zach, how does this um relate to your, you know, your loss, and like, you know, how like I want to ask him, like, how did you deal with the loss of your friend? Like, which one of these were your reaction? Like, could you know, we all have our own uh specific reactions. He didn't react in all these ways. You know what I'm saying? He just represented different types of grief. So I want to know, like, because this is why it's based on a true story. It's based on a true story because he wrote it, you know, for the reason he did, which you stated. So I just want to know, what is his, like, was that something he felt like? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I'm kind of interested in which person in that school is the narrator of this movie, the beginning and the end. Because there was a different ending for this movie. I seen it in a video. There was a different ending, and the narration wasn't even included in the beginning cut of the movie. Like the girl saying the story about the school and all that, and then ending the movie with some kid spoke. That's not even in the original film. They did a test screening, and people were somewhat iffy about the movie. And when he added that part to it, they just and changed the ending because the ending was like something like Archer and Justine take over the tree or something like that, and he changed that, and people ended up liking this ending more in this version of the movie more, which, hey, I'm cool with it because I like this movie also the way it went. So it left it
right.
very open ended. So, and I think that was good for a horror movie to leave it open ended because that leaves, if you ever decide to do something else with this universe, I'll call it, you can continue with it.
Yeah, I mean, and if not, I don't really see no point in them taking over the stick unless it was
Well, it
like
was more
Alex.
like you get the army and they like they were the ones who sent the people after Gladys, the kids and all that stuff, used the weapons against her.
Oh, okay,
I know when they ran
okay.
by them black people house, they was like, look at that white people shit, bro. Like, what the fuck they up to?
That shit was funny. The dude mowing the lawn, seeing them running by. That shit was cool. I ain't even gonna
Bro, they
front.
ripped her jaw off, bro.
That shit was wild.
And I like the angle that they
I,
showed it in because it was like enough to you're like, oh, but you're not like ready to vomit on yourself or nothing like that.
you said that the girl speaking in the beginning is not the same child speaking at the end.
No, I'm saying that I want to know who that is. Like I'm interested in what child at that fucking school is this? Like
Oh,
I'm
right.
assuming it's
Yeah.
not one of the 17. Obviously,
Nah,
right?
nah, nah.
Like
You
obviously
can't.
not one of the 17.
Yeah, she probably in another class.
Like Alex's new class that he gets put in or whatever.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Because she was like, yeah, because in the beginning part when she was narrating, she was like, basically, where the story began was when the next day when everybody woke up and like they wasn't there and type shit, like, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I don't. That definitely was somebody else in another class.
I'm trying to think what else was
Um.
going on in this movie. 'Cause I think we kind of covered it all. Like anything major.
Yeah.
Because
I
this is
think
not like a
so.
scene by scene breakdown movie or anything like that.
Nah. And I think I said, yeah, I said my favorite scenes and everything. I ain't gonna front. If I was to grade this, if I was to grade this movie, this is our first horror movie, huh?
Yeah. Let me ask, do you have any questions surrounding Gladys or anything like that? I would love to know how she found that motherfucker in the woods, honestly, but supernatural entities, I'm not gonna
I just
question
want to
it. I
know,
don't
like,
need an explanation.
like just a general question, like, what the fuck is she, and where did she come from,
She
and
said
like her family history, like you feel because it's you know what
that's not his real.
it's
Yo, even if she is human, that's not her real aunt. That kid's real
that's what
aunt, bro. That is not that kid's real aunt.
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, yo, where did she come from? Why did they know her as the sister's the mom's sister? And like how did they not notice about her like their whole life? Because she's mad fucking old. Everybody's mad old.
It
And
kind of
like
goes to the dreams that they like. You've seen Archer and Justine have. Um, I seen somebody mention that they think she has the ability to and maybe it's not even something she consciously does, but it's just her presence being around that she can implant images or memories and stuff like that in people's heads. So they go along. So if they're weak enough, they go along with what she's trying to do. Because remember, the father was like questioning it, but the mom was the one like really pushing that she had to stay with them.
but still though, where the fuck did she come from then?
And the
Like, you
reason
know
why
what
I
I'm
say
trying
that
to
is because like James noticed her presence before he even seen her, bro. Like he was like, and then he
say?
saw her after like 10, 12 seconds of looking around. And so I was like, yo, bro just stopped in the middle of the woods noticing her presence, bro. Like, so she's giving off
I
aura.
was like, cause why did he stop? Because the way he stopped, you would have thought he seen something already, but he didn't. Nigga just felt it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, she was giving off that aura. Even the lady who, like, the secretary, when she brought her to the principal's office, she was just sitting there staring at her for like 30 seconds, like, and I get it, she's an ugly looking motherfucker. So. But that's really fucking rude to just stare at somebody for that long, no matter how ugly they are. So, like, there was obviously some kind of aura resonating off of her that certain people were picking up on. And maybe
That
Marcus Miller picked up on it too, and he was just trying to be, you know, a good principal and not judging somebody off of physical appearance, and he was just rolling along with it. But that secretary noticed. She was like,
it still begs the question, like, where did he meet? Where did she meet the mom? If she's not the aunt, the real aunt, like the aunt that he ended up with at the end of the movie, and they said is nice. If she's not her, where the hell did she meet the parents? Like, did she bump into the parents at the supermarket and
probably.
implant these memories or something
And
like
he
that? Like you said.
remember she just has to come across you where she can get an item that you hope that you have. Like as long as she gets something that's yours, she can do that. Like if you had this fucking can of fucking juice right here, and she happened to come across it after you threw it in the trash, you basically hers now.
The dad thought she was on hospice.
He was like, she ain't gonna be here much longer, bro. She got like a month. And I mean, before she started draining life force, she probably did only have a month because that's what she was there for, was to get life force from people. Yo, she instantly took over this house. Like, this is what I'm saying. She had like no regular human etiquette. Like, she just showed up and was like, how you said, she was like the crippled in the bed, and then the next morning she's just fine. And she's running shit in the house. Alex, you don't get no dinner. Go to your bed. I'm like, bitch, you ain't even my fucking mom. Like,
Oh, this is going to be Eminem, nigga. Like, you better crash the fuck out, little boy.
hey, man, I don't know, man. So Gladys was all over the place. Fuck Gladys, man. I don't know how many times I said. I probably said it twice, 2, 3 times already. But fuck Gladys.
But we didn't mention um the parents not being enough. The parents weren't even enough. She couldn't sustain. She started dying again.
But that's what
Cancer
I'm
came
saying.
back.
That's why she wanted the kids, is because they have way more life force to give than an adult would. Like, think about it. There's a 20, 30-year difference there. And that's, I'm assuming, how it works. It's like, that's why some of the kids are able to recover where you don't hear about the adults recovering, because they're basically just shit out of luck.
Yeah, I'm about to say that those probably won't recover.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, and maybe it plays off of something like how long you have to live. And maybe that's why some of these kids don't recover is because they don't have that much longer on Earth themselves as kids. So maybe that's why. I know, dark, right? Kind of, but hey, it's a horror movie. And
This nigga said this is a horror episode now. Fuck that.
Yo, that boy Wong has that boom exploded.
Yo, that shit was crazy when he came running. The run they was doing was pretty cool. He
At first,
said
I called it a
run,
Naruto run, and I was like, it's not even a Naruto run. They motherfucking T-posing out this bitch. They were like, that boy Archer was like, I've seen this before.
I'm trying. You know what? But the way they run was actually symbolism, and
Like the cross.
you gotta excuse my non-expert knowledge right here. I'm trying to look it up because I read it earlier on my phone. That actually I can't remember the place. Right, I'm just gonna say it. This is not verbatim. You gotta look it up yourself. But the way they was running basically symbolizes how kids were running during I'm just gonna say during a certain war in a certain time in history in real life. Like that's like so like those are real images and real videos of real kids running around certain war in this world. So that's where he took that from. He took them running like that.
Well,
So
this is
that's
a
what,
question that I've seen people ask about this movie is how old is Gladys? Because she's old, but she could be hundreds of years old. They even make a reference. When Marcus is talking to her, and I forget if it's in his house or in the school, she mentioned something about when the parents were sick, and the way she described it, he was like, he remember when he said, "I'm embarrassed to ask," but
he said,
isn't that term almost like a little old?
Shit.
Yeah, and he made it sound like something out of a history book. So it's like another thing that begs the question is, how old is Gladys? How long Gladys been out here doing this?
That does beg the question, and that does beg the motherfucking question. Like,
Well,
what
she ain't
was
out here
doing?
doing it no more. I'll tell you that much. It's Alex now. It's Alex. Hopefully nobody bullies him. He's got the equivalent of a Death Note, but cooler. He ain't even got to kill you. He just make you do what he want. Like,
That's
so
crazy.
yeah. But we can get into our ratings now. I guess I think that's kind of like it, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to look up
That information.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find it.
Hey, well,
All right, here we
while
go.
you do that, I'll give you my rating real quick, and then you can use that to lead into your rating. So I give this movie a 7 out of 10. It was good. I feel like it was good enough for me to consider like moving it up a point, but it wasn't like a knock it out the park movie. It was and it's an odd description. It's a fun horror movie.
So, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a fun horror movie. Like, it was quirky, but it had enough eeriness to it that you're like, but I ain't supposed to laugh, but I'm laughing. But so they did a good job there. The writing is intriguing. And that just goes to show you that Zach has to have this is probably like his style of writing because it stands out in a different way. I can't really think of any other movie that I would really compare this to in the pacing and stuff like that was going on throughout this movie. Because like really nothing is really too exciting, but it's all captivating. Like even when I think about Justine, pretty boring character, honestly. Like if I really had to give it to you, like she doesn't really do much, but I'm interested. So 7 out of 10 for being good. It's not like a 6. So no way it's down there, but I don't know if it's 8, 9, 10 type stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I am going to lead in with this. Cregger stated that the posture was inspired by the iconic Napalm Girl photo from the Vietnam War.
the shadow on the wall,
which shows a young girl running with her arms outstretched after a napalm attack. This connection adds to the scene's feeling of suffering and violence. So that was the connection between them. Like that.
Interesting.
With that being that, yeah, he did a good job with the symbolism. He did a great job.
Yeah, because there was a video I'd watched where they went deeper into the symbolism that I don't really remember fully, so I don't want to be quoting it incorrectly. But I know there was a lot of relevance to the number 217, which is the time that they ran out of the house.
Yeah.
And I think that might also be the date that his friend died, if I'm not mistaken. So, but there's more things that people were connecting to that 217. And don't quote me on his friend dying on that day. I don't want to like put it out there that that's a fact and that's not necessarily it. But there are a lot of things that tie to the 217 that people were pointing out. So
Yeah. He did a great job with that. I'm giving it like a. I'm not too far off from yours. I'm giving like a. I'm in between like 7.5. I'm leaning towards like 7.5 because it was a, like you said, it was real well written. Um, funny enough that it's not funny enough that it's entertaining, but it's not like chuckling. You're not chuckling through the shit, but funny. Uh, thrilling enough that it's gonna keep you on your toes. Not necessarily scary, but it's definitely thrilling. A little bit of suspense there, gonna keep you. And I just enjoyed it. Oh, you had said you can't compare it to anybody as style, like the pace of the movie. I usually throw this in the pool with Jordan Poole in it. Or is it Jordan Peele or something? I'm sorry, I
yeah,
can't think.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole is the
I,
guy that
I
plays
thought,
basketball.
oh, my fault, non-expert. I thought this in the.
Best
I
in
thought
out
this in
hezzy
the
move in
regular.
the league. I'll tell you that much about Jordan Poole. He's got the best in out hezzy move. I called that shit the year they won the championship, and somebody called me crazy. Like he said, I was over glazing Jordan Poole. Like the dude got the best in out hezzy move in the game, bro. Like, but other than that, he's just a regular dude.
Get down. But I throw this in the pool with Jordan Peele and like those type of movies. I like the pace of it, the style of it, like because with those movies you really don't know why something has happened or why something is happening, and I feel like he did that very well here.
That's a good.
And
That's a good similarity. That's actually a good comparison. I would say that they are different styles, but obviously it's going to be that because they're not the same person. Because I feel like Jordan Peele does do the odd, creepy stuff the same way, but his funnies in there is a little different. And his movies are weirder, where I kind of like you kind of less know what the fuck you were looking at than what this was. Like when I think of movies like Nope, I was like, why did I
yeah,
watch this? Like, but I'm not mad I watched this.
that movie was
Get Out is probably the most solid of the films that he has done. Because even Us is like still low. Like you could dive into this. You could pretty much do a deep dive on Us. I feel like that's the biggest deep dive of his films is Us. Nope is like the biggest like just question mark when you watch it. Yeah, and then Get Out is just the most solid. Like, okay, cool. Like, if I watch this a couple times, I can get what's going on and stuff like that. The most straightforward of the movies that he's done. And he's about to do one with Marlon Wayans, I think. So, I'm interested in that too.
This one looks like to be in the realm of Nope. Like, what the hell is happening here?
Hey, I ain't gonna be mad because Nope was. It has some good actors in it, like the Asian dude that's always in the film. I think that's actually the dude who plays Mark Grayson. Invincible. I think that's the voice actor for Mark Grayson, if I'm not mistaken. Stephen Yoon is his name, I think. Mispronouncing his last name probably, but good movies, man. Like, and honestly, if these guys want to run an era of horror that's like this, good. Because the only other version of horror that I really like are like those like Annabelle type movies, like not necessarily just the Annabelle movies, but stuff that is like that, where it's actually scary shit. I'm not really into your big slasher films. That's not really my thing. And it's not that I don't like watching those movies, but I don't have them as high on my list of horror movies as the other ones. Like, I like to dive into the ones that are like really weird. Like I've watched the Blood and Honey joints, like the Winnie the Pooh shit, where somebody twisted them into horror movies. I watch those. I'm interested in seeing the Bambi one just for the fuck of it. So I look at those as more like haha things for me to watch. Like Jason movies, I don't take serious. Freddy movies, I don't take serious because these motherfuckers be so dumb in these movies, bro. Like no, there's zero common sense in those movies.
Was that good? The Winnie the
I
Pooh?
enjoyed the Winnie the Pooh ones, honestly. Like, but I also like weird shit in my movies. So, like I've watched movies that aren't horror movies that are just weird. Like Mickey 17's kind of weird, but not too weird. Poor Things with, I think her name's Emma Watson and Mark Ruffalo and like William Dafoe. I've seen that, and I enjoyed
Yep.
that. Huh?
It's a good movie.
Poor Things.
Seen that?
You
Yeah,
seen
I've
that?
seen that
That's odd that you see that, because I mean I didn't expect anybody I knew to watch that, but it was an interesting movie. Like,
Well, and what's the girl name?
I think it's Emma Watson, the one where they take the where he found the baby and the mother and put the baby's brain in the mother's body and shit like that. Like,
yeah. I seen that. It was a good movie.
yeah, so stuff like that I'm into. I will say that. So
If I come across it, I'm gonna watch it. That's how I am. You know what I'm saying? If I come across it, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not really, like you said, the slashers. Nah, not too much. Annabelle's and the Exorcist and
yeah, like stuff like that. I'm into it. Like, I'm into that kind of stuff. There's a new one coming actually. So
there is.
Yep, and I will be paying attention for that too. I don't even think I've seen the last one, so I got to go watch the last one too. But
oh, but did I get this?
Yeah, 7.5. You said
7.5 out of 10 for weapons. You know, it was, like I said, yep, I gave my reasons. It's a good movie.
Yeah. And actually, matter of fact, to anybody who catches our shit, we're at like our year and like, well, at least on this channel, we're at our year mark basically. A little over it. Yeah, we're a little over it, but like we're essentially at our year mark. It's been like a week or so after our year mark, maybe 2 at most. So thanks for being here with us for a year, guys.
Clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for us.
This nigga had a muted clap, bro. Yo, wait till you see this shit in the video and you watch it back. Your shit made no noise. That shit literally did this, mo.
But y'all know what I meant. Fuck it. Y'all know what the hell I meant.
Hey,
Clap it up for yourselves.
Hey, if you're watching this and if you've seen it, talk to us about it, man. Tell us what you thought about it. If you have any weird theories or questions or any even retorts to things that we say, we want to hear it all, because we want to engage in discussions with you guys. That's why we do these videos. It's not really to give you our thoughts for you to say, hey, I'm not gonna go watch this. We want to have discussions with you guys and see where you guys if like these movies or not. We want to know what you guys want to see from us. So give us your feedback. Like, follow.
Talk to me.
It always feels like somebody's watching me. It's that bitch Gladys.
No. NeekCinco, we out. Follow us, N.E.O the pod, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Basically everywhere. I don't think we're on Threads, are we? Do we? Yeah, whatever else is out there. I don't think we on Threads. We ain't on no dating sites in there. So don't go looking for us on Tinder, bitches.
Like, oh shit, yeah, wait, maybe not there. Maybe not.
And we're not on OnlyFans either. Don't go looking over there, you hornballs. All right, yo, that was episode 27, yo. Y'all be easy, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, bro. Like I said, let us know what you guys are out there watching. So we might dabble in it. Hey. Holla.